I want to open up today's roundtable discussion on arguably one of the most important topics for a small, medium-sized business or corporation, and that is about the identification and the recruitment of top talent. So, starting with Kevin, why do you think it's so important that we should focus on recruiting the very best people into our companies?
Your people, certainly in my business, which is software reselling, my people are my representatives out there in the marketplace. So at the end of the day, obviously that individual, when they're out there, is eBecs. And so it is vitally important to me that obviously I'm able to recruit the best possible talent it is for me to put forward the best possible image of my business when we're out trading.
If you look at the P&L of the average business, the biggest line on the P&L is staff costs. Yeah. It's the biggest investment that most businesses make. Mm-hmm. And actually, one of my big bugbears is often that businesses pay far less attention to making that investment than they do in buying things like photocopiers or computers.
I'd echo both points. I think we live in an age of technology. We're sat around being filmed for Derby Business TV. We've all got iPads, etc., etc. But actually, business is still done today face to face. So my business, which is a recruitment company, our representatives go out, represent our company with our clients. If they don't do a good job, we don't win business. So people will always be important to businesses because that's how businesses won.
I'm from the service industry, so we don't actually manufacture or produce anything. Our product is our people, and without getting the right people, we wouldn't have a business. Secondly, I think there's so much competition nowadays in actually providing goods to people. So if you look at retail, if you want to go out and buy a washing machine, there are 15, 20 different retailers you can go to buy a washing machine, and it's the same product. But actually the difference is the people that represent them and sell them and support that particular piece of product. So it's vitally important to all businesses to actually get the right person on board.
And is there a best practice approach to identifying and then recruiting top talent?
Well, I'd probably be quite biased running a recruitment company. There's various different ways you can go out to recruit. You can do it yourself, you can engage a professional to do it. But I think my message would be that you've really got to invest the time. So however you do it, you have to dedicate management time to deciding what you're going to do, how you're going to do it, and if you're going to go to a third party, what they're actually going to do for you.
Crucially important is the people that you want to recruit very often, frankly, are not on the market.
It's true.
The very people I want are the people who are already securely in work because they are high quality people, they are top talent. Mm-hmm. So you need to have professional help and professional expertise to be able to look at how you can attract, how do you actually get the attention of those types of individuals who may not even be looking for any type of move at all. How do you attract them in? So you have to engage with professionals. You cannot do that on your own. I mean, one of the great things that I've always taken on board, and Neale is my coach, do the things that you're good at.
Yeah.
And the things that you're not good at, get somebody else who is good at it to do it for you.
I work in a very bespoke industry, and we find it quite difficult for agencies and headhunters to really understand not only the business that we're in but also our culture. Mm-hmm. And what we tend to find is that on occasions we have to invest a huge amount of time in actually influencing them in that and building their knowledge so that they're actually attracting the right people on our behalf. Mm-hmm. That very often it is a lot quicker and easier to do it ourselves through things like PR and awards, etc., etc. That actually naturally attracts talent into our business.
One of the things that is an old mantra of mine is slow to hire, quick to fire.
If only legislation allowed that, but maybe we'll come on to that.
Indeed.
Go through now.
Is there a right amount of time that we should spend when recruiting people into an organisation?
If you have a doubt, don't recruit, because we've been growing very, very rapidly as a business. So, 4 million 3 years ago, now to 14 million. So the drive is to recruit at all costs, because how do you possibly keep delivering the business? But you're absolutely right. You hire very quickly and you'll repent over a long period of time. So if in doubt, say no. And one of the things that we're looking at, particularly now, which I think is working better for us, is not just what skills that they've got, but whether their value set matches our value set as a business. And actually, that is proving to be far better as an approach.
For a recruiter to do their job properly, you have to invest the time and get out to meet the client. And the more time you can spend with the business owner, the person making the recruitment decision, so much the better. But you'll only get a feel. You'll never know what it's like to work in that business unless you've worked in that business. So you do your best to try and get that kind of cultural thing that they're looking for. We filter now in terms of the recruitment we do, and if a client won't meet us, we would question, well, how serious can you be about doing a proper recruitment process? Because you can't recruit just from a job specification. You just can't.
The analogy I often make is, what's a CV? It's a sales brochure.
Yeah.
What's an interview? It's like meeting a salesperson. They want the job. They're going to push and promote themselves.
It's interesting you say that, because I often find out more about the person as I'm actually meeting them and talking to them in reception and taking them through to the meeting room, and then back out again into reception and out into their car. And I do that on purpose because their guard is down.
Absolutely.
There's no preset sort of questions that they're expecting. It's purely just a discuss, and then sometimes I show them around the office and we have a bit of a chat about that. And there's many times that they've actually delivered a fantastic interview, but it's those comments that they make on the show round of the office and back to the car again that have let them down.
If we get down to our shortlist, we actually ask them to come in for a day, and they actually spend a day with the team that they would be potentially working with, because as you say, you can do it for an hour. Can you do it for 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours? Maybe go out with dinner in the evening, as you say, with them, and it's amazing then how you start to get into this cultural and value issue,
so.
which is so important to the whole recruitment process.
Be careful not to dismiss people from a poor looking CV. Sounds a bit strange, but what I'm saying by that is, even investing on a 15-minute telephone interview to chat through with that person about their skills, about their outlook, their attitude, rather than just purely dismissing it.
You don't hire somebody just because they can write a nice looking CV. You hire somebody because they can do the job. We find now that sometimes people are paying quite a lot of money to get CVs written professionally, but you've got to dig past that. And a telephone interview is a low time intensive way to get a feel before you meet somebody face to face.
Always make sure that you get your candidates to actually complete an application form by you as a company, because if they, God forbid, lie on that, then actually you have far more recourse than you would have purely accepting a CV.